Your life is about to change. Not someday, not when the conditions are perfect, but now, this moment is your starting line. You have the power to decide who you are, what you stand for, and how far you are willing to go. Transformation does not come from waiting, wishing, or hoping. It comes from action, from deliberate choices, and from the courage to face the challenge head on. This is the 30-day challenge that can change everything. Not because it is easy, but because it forces you to confront the real you, to strip away excuses, and to step fully into the person you are meant to become. For 30 days, everything you do will matter. Every action, every decision, every habit will shape your future. You are not just passing time, you are building a foundation for lasting change. This is not about temporary motivation. This is about creating results that cannot be undone, about forging a new identity that aligns with the life you have always wanted but never dared to claim. The 30-day challenge is your proving ground, your opportunity to see what you are truly capable of when you commit fully and refuse to settle for less. Change requires more than intention. It requires focus, discipline, and the willingness to act even when it is uncomfortable. It requires the decision that your old life, your old habits, your old excuses are no longer acceptable. Every day of these 30 days is a step away from who you were and a step toward who you are becoming. By the end of this challenge, you will not just have accomplished goals, you will have reshaped your mindset and your habits. You will see that transformation is possible when you take control and commit fully. This is your moment to decide, to stop waiting for the perfect day, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect feeling. The 30-day challenge will push you, test you, and demand your best. It will take effort, it will take focus, and it will take courage. But the reward is undeniable. By committing to this challenge, you are claiming the life you deserve, proving to yourself that you are capable of growth, and stepping into a future that reflects your true potential. Your journey begins today. Every choice, every habit, every action matters. 30 days is all it takes to build momentum, create habits, and ignite transformation. The path will not be easy, but nothing worth achieving ever is. This is not just a challenge. It is the start of a new life, a life defined by action, clarity, and unstoppable progress. The 30-day challenge is your opportunity to step into the person you were always meant to be. It starts now. Part 1, commit fully. Decide today that change is non-negotiable. Change does not happen because someone wishes it, and it does not happen because life hands it to you. Change happens when a person stands firm, takes responsibility, and declares that their future will not resemble their past. There is a point in life where hesitation ends, excuses stop, and decisions take center stage. That point begins today. Right now, everything you have done up until this moment, the habits, the routines, the choices, even the small compromises, you put them aside because they no longer serve the version of yourself that you want to become. Today, you make a commitment that is absolute, non-negotiable. This is the moment where you tell yourself that no distraction, no fear, no failure will prevent you from stepping into a new life. That is the kind of decision that sets the tone for everything that comes next. Commitment is not a word to say lightly. It is not something you whisper in your mind and forget by the next hour. Commitment is a complete and total surrender of the old patterns that hold you back. It is drawing a line in the sand and walking over it with certainty. It requires clarity, a vision of the life you want, and the courage to face the truth of what has held you where you are. Most people drift through life thinking change is optional. They treat transformation like it is something they can decide tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes. Real transformation begins when you recognize that the life you desire is dependent on the decisions you make today. You are not someone who waits for motivation to appear. You do not wait for perfect conditions or the ideal moment. You create the moment and you take control because your life deserves it. It is easy to talk about wanting change, but true commitment goes deeper. True commitment is waking up in the morning knowing that every single day counts. It is telling yourself that nothing in your life is more important than the person you are becoming. There is no room for half-hearted attempts or temporary effort. When you decide that change is non-negotiable, your mind shifts. You begin to see opportunities where you used to see obstacles. Challenges no longer intimidate you. They are signals that you are moving in the right direction. You start treating your time differently. The hours in the day are no longer wasted on idle scrolling, meaningless chatter, or habits that drain your energy. Every action, every choice, every thought is aligned with the life you have declared for yourself. Commitment also requires honesty. You must look at yourself without excuses, without blaming the past or waiting for luck. You must see what has kept you from becoming the person you want to be. Maybe it is fear, maybe it is comfort, maybe it is uncertainty, but whatever it is, you must name it and take full responsibility for it. Once you accept that responsibility, power returns to you. You can no longer blame circumstances because circumstances no longer define you. The moment you take this stance, you realize that the ability to transform your life has always been inside of you. You only need to reach for it and refuse to let go. The Sensors Day Challenge begins with this decision, and it begins with an uncompromising commitment. It is about looking at the next month and knowing that you will not allow distractions, procrastination, or self-doubt to determine your outcome. You start small, but you start with a mindset that does not allow retreat. Your thoughts, your actions, your energy, your focus, all of it becomes intentional. You are no longer a spectator in your own life. You are fully engaged in creating results. Commitment is not easy. It will test you, it will frustrate you, it will make you uncomfortable. But discomfort is the price of progress. If you run from discomfort, nothing will ever change. If you stay committed, you will discover a strength inside of you that you never knew existed. Every time you push through resistance, every time you refuse to give in to old habits, you reinforce your identity as a person who finishes what they start. That is the kind of person who transforms. That is the person who walks out of the Sensors Days different, stronger, more disciplined, and more alive than they have ever been. The power of commitment is not in grand gestures. It is in the small, consistent decisions you make when no one is watching. It is in choosing to start your day with purpose, to speak to yourself with encouragement, to take action when your body and mind tell you to rest. Those daily choices accumulate into a transformation that no single event can produce. It is relentless, quiet, and unstoppable. That is the life-altering nature of full commitment. You do not need permission from anyone to decide this for yourself. You do not need validation, praise, or recognition. The only person who matters in this moment is you, and the only thing that matters is your willingness to commit fully. Imagine yourself 30 days from now. Picture the version of you who has refused to quit, who has chosen action over doubt, who has focused on growth rather than comfort. The person is waiting to emerge, but they need you to declare today as the day that change became non-negotiable. Every day in this Sensors Day Challenge will test your determination. You will feel tired. You will feel uncertain. You will question whether it is worth it. Do not underestimate these moments. They are the signals that you are leaving the old behind. They are proof that the person you are becoming is stronger than the person you were yesterday. Every small victory compounds. Every choice to stay the course is a declaration that your life is no longer negotiable. Your future is not a suggestion, It is a responsibility. This is the moment to commit fully. No excuses, no hesitation, no compromise. Your commitment sets the stage for every success, every habit, every breakthrough that follows. This Sensors Day journey is about proving to yourself that you can decide and act in a way that transforms your life completely. There will be obstacles, there will be resistance, and there will be moments when quitting seems easier than continuing. That is why your commitment must be unwavering. The power to change your life is not in luck, not in opportunity, not in timing. It is in your decision to be relentless, to be disciplined, and to refuse to settle for anything less than the life you deserve. Today, decide that change is non-negotiable. Today, claim your power. Today, step into a version of yourself that will not allow failure, hesitation, or doubt to determine the outcome. This is the day the Sensors Day Challenge begins, and this is the moment that everything starts to shift. Your life is waiting, but it requires one thing first: your absolute, unshakable commitment. There is no tomorrow in this decision. There is only today. Take it, own it, and move forward without compromise. Part 2, set clear, measurable goals for the Sensors Days. Setting goals is not about filling a piece of paper with nice ideas. It is about creating a map for your life, a way to see clearly what you want and how to get it. Goals are the bridge between where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow. Without them, life drifts in circles and energy is wasted chasing distractions. But when you set clear, measurable goals, you give yourself a target, something tangible to aim for. You know exactly what success looks like, and that clarity becomes the driving force behind every decision you make. This is not about thinking positively or wishing for better circumstances. It is about taking control of your life and giving yourself a framework to act within. Clear goals are specific. They define what you want in precise terms. Saying, "I want to be healthier" is not enough. You need to decide what being healthier looks like, how many minutes of exercise each day, what you will eat, how you will track your energy and strength. Saying, "I want more income" is not enough. You need to determine exactly how much, by what date, and through what actions you will achieve it. Measurable goals allow you to see progress. Without measurement, you float in uncertain, never knowing whether your actions are producing results or whether you are just busy without moving forward. It is also about choosing the right goals. Not every goal deserves your time. Your goals must align with the person you are committed to becoming. They must reflect your values, your priorities, and your vision for the next chapter of your life. Choosing the wrong goals creates effort with no direction. Choosing the right goals makes effort powerful. Each goal is like a compass. It points you toward growth, toward change, and toward the life you have promised yourself. When you write down your goals, it makes them real. They are no longer abstract thoughts floating in your mind. Writing goals engages your brain and gives your subconscious something concrete to work on. You see your goals every day. You remind yourself of what matters. You measure progress. You adjust. You hold yourself accountable. Every day, the written goal calls you to action. Every day, it reinforces your commitment to the version of yourself that refuses to settle for less than excellence. A Sensors Day Challenge is short, but it is powerful if the goals are designed correctly. You cannot focus on too many things at once. One, maybe 2 goals at most for 30 days is enough. The objective is not to overwhelm yourself, but to create momentum. Small victories build confidence. Small, measurable progress every day builds energy and belief. When you see that you can accomplish what you set out to do in 30 days, it changes the way you approach everything else. Success becomes a habit, not a hope. Clarity also eliminates excuse. When you know exactly what you want and what steps are required, there is no room for confusion or doubt. Every morning, you wake up with a mission. You know the target, and you know how to act. This clarity sharpens your focus. It removes hesitation. You stop asking whether it is worth it, because the goal itself reminds you that it is. Every choice, every action, every decision becomes aligned with what you want to achieve. You become intentional with your time and energy, and that is the essence of progress. Goals are also deeply motivating when you make them measurable. Measurement provides feedback. You can see what is working and what is not. You can celebrate progress and adjust strategies when needed. When you track the results of your actions, you create momentum that is impossible to ignore. Momentum feeds confidence. Confidence feeds action. Action feeds results. This cycle of goal setting, measuring, and adjusting is the engine that drives transformation in 30 days. The key is to create goals that challenge you. If the goal is too easy, it produces little change. If the goal is unrealistic, it paralyzes you. The goal must be just beyond your current abilities, demanding effort, dedication, and focus. That tension is what produces growth. You learn to push past limits. You discover strength you never knew you had. Every time you reach closer to that goal, you realize that growth is not something that waits for luck. It is something that you command with your choices. In 30 days, small daily progress toward a measurable goal compounds into significant transformation. This is the power of clarity and measurable goals. You begin to see yourself differently. Your habits begin to shift. Your confidence rises. You stop waiting for change to find you because you have created a clear path to it. Every step you take becomes a statement to yourself. I am capable. I am committed. I am moving forward, and I refuse to look back. Setting clear goals also teaches responsibility. It forces you to face the truth about your current life. Where are you now, and where do you want to be in 30 days? The answers are not guesses. They are commitments. They are declarations that your time matters, your effort matters, and your life matters. When you take this responsibility seriously, you stop blaming circumstances, other people, or luck. You become the master of your own outcomes. Your 30-day goals must excite you and scare you at the same time. Excitement creates passion and energy. Fear creates discipline and focus. Together, they drive action. When you wake up each day thinking about the results you are creating, when you see your progress, and when you feel the momentum building, it is a feeling of control and possibility unlike anything else. You begin to understand that 30 days is enough to change your thinking, change your actions, and begin changing your life. The journey does not need to be complicated. It only needs to be clear. Clarity in goal setting removes confusion, indecision, and wasted effort. When you know what you want, you know where to put your energy, and you know how to measure your progress. You see results, you feel results, you live results. That is the essence of transforming your life in 30 days. Every measurable goal, when pursued with focus, builds confidence. That confidence expands your vision. Once you see that you can achieve a goal in 30 days, you start believing in longer-term possibilities. You see that your actions create outcomes. You see that your life is not determined by circumstances, but by your choices. That is the power of setting clear, measurable goals. They provide direction, accountability, motivation, and a roadmap to growth. Take this 30-day challenge seriously. Define exactly what you want. Write it down. Make it measurable. Know how you will act every day. Track progress, adjust as needed, celebrate small wins. Let the clarity of your goals pull you forward, and let the measurable results show you the truth. You are capable of more than you ever imagined, and you are more committed than you ever believed. In 30 days, you will not be the same person. The person who emerges is someone who has proven that focus, determination, and measurable action create life-changing results. This is how transformation begins. Part 3, break your goals into daily, actionable steps. Once you have committed fully and set clear, measurable goals, the next step is taking those big intentions and breaking them down into small, actionable steps. Without action, even the clearest goal is just a wish. It is the daily steps, consistent and deliberate, that turn intention into reality. Transformation does not happen in a single leap. It happens in the repetition of small, purposeful actions that add up day after day. Every step you take matters. Every choice you make, even the ones that seem insignificant, either moves you closer to the person you want to become, or keeps you anchored in the life you are leaving behind. Breaking goals into daily actions is about clarity and simplicity. You know what you want to achieve, but now you need a way to get there that is practical, tangible, and realistic. If your goal is to improve your health, then the daily actions are not about vague ideas of being healthy. They are specific: walking 30 minutes, eating a balanced breakfast, drinking more water, sleeping early, tracking your progress. Each small action is a brick in the foundation of the transformation you are building. Without it, the foundation crumbles. The power of daily action is in its compounding effect. One day's effort might feel small, even insignificant, but the accumulation of 30 days creates momentum that cannot be ignored. Consistency is the heart of this process. It is easy to feel motivated on the first day. The excitement, the energy, the adrenaline of deciding to change your life fills you with action. But true transformation is tested when motivation fades. Motivation is unreliable, but action is not. Discipline is what sustains progress when feelings waver. That is why breaking your goals into daily steps is critical. You do not rely on bursts of energy or inspiration. You rely on a system of repeated, deliberate choices that shape your reality. Daily actions also teach accountability. When you commit to a small step each day, you are forced to answer to yourself. Did you do what you said you would do? Can you say you were faithful to your goal? This accountability is not about judgment or shame. It is about honesty and integrity. Each time you take a step, you reinforce the belief that you are capable of following through. Every skipped action is a lesson, a signal to correct your approach and recommit. Your daily steps are a dialogue with yourself, a conversation about who you are becoming and what you are willing to do to reach it. Another aspect of breaking goals into actionable steps is the ability to remove overwhelm. Goals can feel intimidating, even paralyzing. When the target is too distant or too vague, the mind resists taking the first step. By dividing the goal into small, specific actions, the process becomes manageable. It becomes something you can do today, right now, without waiting for perfect conditions. Each completed action is a small victory. Each small victory builds confidence, energy, and momentum. Before long, the accumulation of daily steps transforms your perspective, showing you that the impossible was simply a series of steps you had not yet taken. Action also teaches adaptability. As you take steps every day, you discover what works and what doesn't. You learn how your energy flows, how your habits respond, and how your mind resists or embraces the challenge. This insight allows you to adjust. It is not about rigidly following a plan that does not fit your life. It is about taking informed, deliberate action and using experience to refine your approach. Progress is not linear, and setbacks are not failures. They are feedback. Daily actions give you the clarity to see what needs to be changed, strengthened, or repeated to ensure continued growth. Taking daily action also shifts your identity. Action is not just a tool for results, it is a teacher of who you are. When you act consistently, you begin to see yourself as a person who follows through, a person who honors commitments. a person who is capable of creating change. These daily behaviors shape your mindset, your habits, and your confidence. They tell your brain and your body that this is who you are. 30 days of repeated action is enough to begin changing how you think about yourself and your capabilities. You are no longer a person who dreams, you are a person who acts. The beauty of small steps is that they keep the journey within reach. You do not need to rely on monumental effort or extraordinary circumstances. You rely on the small, intentional decisions you make every day. 1 extra hour of focus, 1 better choice in your diet, 1 more minute of exercise, 1 small conversation that aligns with your goal. These are the pieces of transformation. The challenge is not in discovering a secret method. The challenge is in doing the ordinary things consistently, deliberately, and with intention. Taking daily action also removes the power of procrastination. When a goal is overwhelming, it invites delay. Breaking it into steps creates immediacy. You always know the next thing to do. You cannot use confusion or uncertainty as an excuse because the path is clear. Your day is mapped with actionable steps. You wake up with purpose, and you go to bed knowing that you have moved forward, even if just a little. That is how transformation happens, not through luck, not through sudden bursts of inspiration, but through steady, consistent, measurable action. It is also important to celebrate progress along the way. Every completed step, no matter how small, is proof that you are moving. Recognition of these small wins strengthens motivation and reinforces your identity as someone who takes action. Reflection at the end of each day on what you accomplished helps you see that the 30-day challenge is not about a single endpoint, but about becoming a person who creates results through consistent effort. The actions you take today ripple into tomorrow, building confidence and energy that carry forward long after the 30 days end. The 30-day challenge is designed to create new habits, but habits are born from repeated action, not intention alone. The more consistently you act, the more natural the behavior becomes. The act of breaking goals into daily steps turns abstract ideas into physical reality. It gives your brain a pattern to follow and your body something tangible to master. It turns excuses into evidence, fear into courage, hesitation into momentum. Daily actions are also about commitment to yourself. Every day you follow through is a day you prove that you value your own growth. So you are not dependent on anyone else to provide motivation or direction. You create your own results. You discover that your capacity is far greater than you imagined, that progress does not require perfection, and that consistency trumps intensity. One day's action might feel small, but 30 days of deliberate steps creates a transformation that is undeniable. In this 30-day challenge, the daily actions are your power. They shape your habits, your confidence, and your identity. They create momentum that no obstacle can stop. They teach you responsibility, resilience, and perseverance. They transform abstract goals into tangible outcomes. The key is repetition, honesty, and focus. Take the action today, repeat it tomorrow, adjust when necessary, and watch as your life begins to change in ways you never thought possible. Your 30-day journey is defined not by what you hope to do, but by what you consistently choose to do each and every day. The person who completes this challenge is not someone who relied on luck or fleeting motivation. They are someone who acted with purpose, clarity, and determination. They understood that transformation is not an event, it is a process built on daily, deliberate action. 30 days of consistent effort is enough to build momentum, change habits, and transform thinking. 30 days of small, intentional steps is enough to begin becoming the person who refuses to settle for anything less than the life they deserve. The power is in your hands, and the transformation begins with what you choose to do today. Part 4, track your progress and adjust when necessary. Tracking progress is not just about numbers on a page or checking boxes on a list. It is about creating awareness, seeing your efforts reflected in real results, and understanding exactly how your actions shape your life. Without tracking, you are operating blindly, hoping that effort alone will produce the change you desire. But hope is not enough. Real transformation requires attention, measurement, and adjustment. By observing your progress every day, you gain clarity on what is working, what needs improvement, and where to put more energy. Tracking is a mirror that shows the truth of your commitment and the reality of your growth. When you track your progress, you see patterns emerge. You begin to notice how your energy fluctuates, which actions produce the most impact, and which habits are holding you back. This is critical because without awareness, even the most disciplined person can wander off course. A Sensors Day challenge is short, but it is long enough to reveal the forces that shape your results. Every day you record your actions, your feelings, your accomplishments, and even your setbacks. You create a map that guides you toward improvement. You no longer rely on guesswork. You rely on evidence, on the truth of your own journey. Tracking is also motivational. There is a unique energy in seeing progress clearly. When you notice the small gains stacking up, it fuels confidence and inspires action. Progress, even when it feels minor, is proof that your effort matters. When you track consistently, you cannot ignore your own growth. Every day becomes a mini celebration, a signal that you are moving closer to the life you have committed to. You begin to realize that change is not distant or abstract. It is happening right now, right in front of you, because of your choices. Adjusting when necessary is just as important as tracking. No plan is perfect. Life is unpredictable. Energy fluctuates and obstacles arise. The difference between success and stagnation is your ability to respond, to make small corrections without losing momentum. If one approach is not producing results, change it. If one habit is too difficult or unsustainable, modify it. Flexibility is not weakness, it is intelligence. Progress is not about rigid perfection. It is about commitment to the goal and willingness to find the most effective path to reach it. Tracking makes this adjustment possible because you have clear, honest information about where you are and where you need to go. When you track your progress, you also develop accountability. Each day, you answer to yourself. Did you do what you promised? Did you stay aligned with your goals? This self-accountability builds integrity. It shows you that results are not dependent on others, on luck, or on ideal circumstances. Results are dependent on your choices. When you see evidence of your progress, it reinforces the understanding that effort produces outcome, that consistency matters, and that growth is earned through deliberate action. Tracking also sharpens focus. The simple act of observing your daily performance removes distraction and indecision. When you record your actions, you clarify priorities. You understand what truly moves the needle and what wastes time. Every day becomes more productive because your energy is directed with precision. You do not drift or hope for change to happen. You act with intentionality, guided by the feedback your tracking provides. Another crucial aspect of tracking is building momentum. Success compounds, but only when you are aware of the progress you have already made. Each recorded achievement reinforces the belief that you are capable of more. Each adjustment strengthens your approach. Each day of consistent tracking and action creates a rhythm that becomes unstoppable. Momentum is the byproduct of awareness and persistence. Without tracking, you miss the signs of your own forward motion, and momentum is weakened. Progress tracking also teaches patience. Transformation does not happen overnight. The results you desire will not appear in a single day, but when you track consistently, you begin to see that small, steady gains are building up. You learn to trust the process, to respect the cumulative effect of repeated effort. Each day of measured progress is a building block, a quiet proof that your Sensor Day commitment is producing real change, even if the visible results are still emerging. The act of recording progress also gives you confidence to push further. When you can see what you have already accomplished, fear and doubt lose power. You have evidence that you can act, that you can follow through, and that you can achieve more than you thought possible. Every tracked action reinforces your identity as a person who is capable, disciplined, and relentless in pursuit of growth. It is important to track both successes and setbacks. Failure is not the enemy, it is information. Every time something does not go according to plan, you learn what needs to change. Tracking setbacks prevents you from repeating mistakes and allows you to strategize for the future. It keeps you honest, grounded, and focused on results rather than excuses. The most successful people are not those who never fail. They are the ones who observe, learn, adjust, and keep moving forward. Tracking progress also strengthens your commitment to the challenge. When you see evidence of what your daily actions produce, it reinforces the decision you made to start. You realize that transformation is not theoretical. It is real, measurable, and in motion. Each day, your tracking shows that your efforts are valid and effective. This continuous reinforcement keeps momentum alive, even when motivation wanes. When adjustments are made based on what you track, every day becomes an experiment in improvement. You refine your approach, improve efficiency, and deepen understanding. You learn which actions create the most impact and which habits are slowing you down. This insight accelerates growth and creates a level of self-mastery that is unmatched by effort alone. Tracking and adjusting is the engine that drives meaningful transformation in 30 days. By the end of this 30-day challenge, the person who tracks and adjusts will have not only achieved more than they thought possible, but also gained skills that last far beyond the 30 days. They will know how to monitor progress, how to self-correct, and how to maintain focus in the face of distraction. These habits of observation, reflection, and action become tools for ongoing growth long after the challenge ends. Progress tracking is simple in principle but powerful in effect. Every day, observe, record, and evaluate. Celebrate wins, learn from setbacks, and adjust as needed. In doing so, you create clarity, accountability, and momentum. You turn abstract goals into measurable results. You turn effort into transformation. You turn commitment into proof. The 30-day challenge is not just about completing 30 days. It is about learning how to move deliberately, measure consistently, and adjust. This practice builds a foundation for lifelong growth, resilience, and success. When the 30 days are over, you will see the power of what tracking and adjusting can do. You will look back and realize that each small observation, each honest evaluation, and each adjustment created the difference between stagnation and transformation. You will know that progress is not random. It is intentional, measurable, and guided by disciplined awareness. Tracking your journey is not an extra task. It is the heart of lasting change. Every person who truly transforms understands that seeing clearly is the first step to achieving clearly. The 30-day challenge is alive in your actions because of what you measure and how you respond. Awareness fuels action. Action produces results. Results build confidence. Confidence reinforces identity. Identity shapes your future. The chain begins with observation and tracking. This is how ordinary effort turns into extraordinary change. This is how a person becomes unstoppable in 30 days. Your life begins to change not because of luck or talent, but because of clarity, consistency, and the disciplined choice to track progress and adjust relentlessly. Part 5. Build daily habits that reinforce your new identity. Habits are the invisible architecture of your life. The person you become is built on the routines you follow day after day, minute after minute. Without habits that support your goals, even the strongest commitment and clearest plans will falter. That is why building daily habits that reinforce your new identity is not optional. It is essential. Every action you take repeatedly shapes who you are. Every behavior, repeated long enough, becomes automatic. And when your habits align with the person you want to be, transformation becomes inevitable. Developing powerful habits starts with small, deliberate choices. You do not need to overhaul your life in a single day. That kind of approach leads to burnout and failure. Transformation comes from consistent, intentional steps that become routine. These are the actions you commit to each day, no matter how you feel. They are the foundation of the life you are creating. When these behaviors are repeated over and over, your mind begins to internalize them. Your body and your emotions adjust. Your thoughts follow the pattern you are creating. Slowly, deliberately, you start living as the person you want to become, not just wishing you were that person. Consistency is the heartbeat of habit formation. The first days are always the hardest. You will feel resistance, laziness, and doubt. You will question whether the effort is worth it. But every time you persist, you reinforce your identity. You prove to yourself that your new life is non-negotiable. Habits are not about motivation. They are about commitment and repetition. Motivation comes and goes, but the habits you establish carry you forward when energy fades. Each completed habit is a victory, a brick in the structure of your transformation. Habits also reduce friction. When behaviors become automatic, they require less thought, less effort, and less decision-making. You create systems in your life that produce results naturally. You no longer rely on willpower alone. Your routines carry you. Your daily habits become the engine that drives your goals forward, even on days when discipline is tested and focus is low. This is why 30 days of repeated habits is powerful enough to create momentum that changes your life permanently. The key to effective habits is alignment. Every habit you create must serve the identity you are building. If your goal is to become healthier, then your habits support that outcome: regular exercise, nutritious meals, proper sleep, and time to recover. If your goal is productivity, your habits create a framework for focused work, minimizing distractions and prioritizing the essential tasks that move you closer to your goals. Habits are the bridge between intention and action. They connect your plans to real, tangible progress. Tracking habits is equally important. Knowing whether you have followed through each day reinforces accountability. When you see patterns, it helps you identify what is working and what is not. Sometimes a habit may need adjustment, or a better system may be necessary to make it sustainable. Observation keeps your habits honest. It ensures that your actions truly align with the life you are trying to create, rather than simply being routines that feel productive without delivering results. Habits also train your mind. Repeated behaviors change thought patterns. They teach patience, self-discipline, and focus. When you perform a habit consistently, your brain begins to expect it, creating neural pathways that support your growth. Over time, your identity shifts. You begin to think and act as the person you want to become. Your habits are no longer external tasks. They become part of who you are. This is why the 30-day challenge is so powerful. 30 days of intentional habits can reshape your identity, your confidence, and your potential. Comfort is the enemy of habit formation. Building habits that change your life requires pushing through resistance. It is natural to feel reluctance when trying something new or demanding. But each time you follow through, you strengthen not only the habit, but also your ability to act against discomfort. Habits teach resilience. They teach that you are stronger than your excuses and more capable than your doubts. They create a foundation for long-term growth that extends far beyond the 30 days. Celebrating the small wins is also vital. Each time you complete a habit, it is proof that you are progressing. Recognizing these wins reinforces your confidence and your belief in yourself. It is not about perfection. It is about commitment and persistence. Consistently showing up, even in small ways, compounds into enormous growth. 30 days of this practice is enough to instill a sense of accomplishment and momentum that propels you forward into the next chapter of your life. Habits also influence your environment and the people around you. As your behaviors change, the energy you project shifts. You start making choices that support your new lifestyle, attracting people, situations, and opportunities that align with the person you are becoming. Daily habits have ripple effects. They reach into every aspect of life, your health, relationships, work, and mindset. By shaping your daily routines, you are effectively shaping your life. The process of building habits requires patience, honesty, and persistence. You will stumble. You will miss a day. That is not failure. It is a reminder to stay consistent, to refocus, and to recommit. Habits are built through repetition, not perfection. Each repeated action strengthens the pattern, embeds the behavior, and reinforces the identity you are claiming. 30 days of consistent effort is long enough to establish momentum, to prove to yourself that you can be disciplined, focused, and unstoppable. This is where transformation begins. Habits are not just tasks to complete. They are commitments to yourself. They define the person you are becoming, shaping your mind, body, and character. When habits are aligned with your goals and executed consistently, they remove doubt, increase confidence, and make growth inevitable. You stop thinking about change as something distant. You live it every day. The 30-day challenge is not about temporary effort. It is about building the foundation of a new life, brick by brick, habit by habit, day by day. By the end of the 30 days, the habits you form will no longer feel like effort. They will feel like part of who you are. The small actions repeated consistently transform into automatic behaviors that drive results effortlessly. You will have created momentum, shaped your identity, and built a framework for growth that will carry you far beyond the 30 days. Habits are not the goal. They are the vehicle of transformation. And when you harness their power intentionally, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Your future self is waiting, shaped by the habits you commit to today. Each moment you act intentionally, each behavior you repeat, each habit you solidify is a declaration that your life is no longer negotiable. You are becoming the person you envisioned, and the 30-day challenge is proof that consistent effort, repeated action, and deliberate habits change everything. Every day matters, every habit counts, and every action builds the life you deserve. Part 6, reflect, celebrate, and plan how to continue beyond Sancer's days. Reflection is the final, yet one of the most powerful parts of transformation. It is not enough to act, to push through discomfort, and to build habits. If you do not take the time to look back, assess, and celebrate, the lessons risk being lost. Meaning to effort. It allows you to see the distance you have traveled, to appreciate the growth you have created, and to understand the person you have become in the process. The 30-day challenge is not just about completing tasks. It is about becoming a person who knows their own progress, values their achievements, and plans for continued growth beyond the challenge. When you take the time to reflect, you reconnect with your intentions. You revisit the commitment you made at the beginning, the goals you set, and the daily actions you pursued. Reflection allows you to measure not only the results, but also the journey. How did your habits shape your day? How did pushing through discomfort impact your mindset? What choices led to the greatest progress? By reviewing these questions, you gain insight that transforms isolated effort into long-term wisdom. Reflection turns experience into knowledge, and knowledge into sustainable change. Celebration is an essential part of reflection. Every milestone, no matter how small, is a victory. Celebrating progress reinforces the belief that your actions matter. It creates joy and gratitude for the work you have done. Celebration is not about vanity or pride. It is about acknowledging that effort produces results, that growth is real, and that transformation is possible. When you celebrate, you create a positive association with discipline, effort, and perseverance, making it easier to continue the momentum you have built. Reflection also strengthens accountability. By looking back at your journey, you confront the truth of your actions and decisions. You notice where you stayed consistent and where you faltered. You see the consequences of every choice and learn from them. This honesty is not meant to shame, it is meant to teach. Accountability during reflection is a way to ensure that you internalize the lessons of the 30-day challenge, making you more mindful, responsible, and prepared for the challenges that lie ahead. Planning beyond 30 days is critical. Reflection is not only about understanding the past, it is about preparing for the future. You take what you learned and use it to create a roadmap for continued growth. What habits will you continue? What strategies were most effective? What areas need more attention? By planning forward, you extend the impact of the 30-day challenge. It is no longer an isolated experiment. It becomes the foundation of a lifetime of growth. Reflection also nurtures self-awareness. Growth without awareness is incomplete. By examining your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors over the 30 days, you gain a deep understanding of your patterns. You notice what motivates you, what distracts you, and how you respond to challenges. This awareness is powerful because it allows you to design your life intentionally. You begin to act not out of reaction, but out of conscious choice. Reflection converts raw experience into refined understanding, giving you control over the direction of your life. Celebration and reflection are intertwined. By acknowledging achievements, you reinforce your identity as someone capable of growth. By analyzing setbacks, you identify opportunities for improvement. Together, they create a balanced view of your journey. You see that progress is rarely perfect, but it is always meaningful. You understand that transformation is not a straight line, and that every effort, successful or challenging, contributes to the person you are becoming. Reflection allows gratitude to emerge. You start to appreciate the effort, discipline, and perseverance it took to reach this point. You recognize the value of struggle, the lessons learned from discomfort, and the strength developed through repeated action. Gratitude amplifies the sense of accomplishment, making the transformation more vivid and tangible. It connects the results with the effort and reinforces the belief that you are capable of creating positive change in your life. Planning for the future ensures that the 30-day challenge is not an endpoint, but a launching pad. You take the clarity gained from reflection and set new intentions. These intentions are informed by what you have learned about yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, and the patterns that guide your life. Planning helps maintain momentum. It turns a 30-day effort into ongoing development, making transformation sustainable. Reflection teaches perspective. Looking back, you realize how much you have accomplished in such a short period. You see the value of every day, every habit, every effort you made. You notice that growth is cumulative and that the person you were at the start is not the same person at the end. This perspective fosters confidence. You understand that when you commit, focus, and act consistently, change is inevitable. You learn that nothing is permanent except your willingness to grow. Finally, reflection and celebration build resilience. By understanding your journey, you prepare for future challenges. You see that setbacks are temporary, effort is rewarding, and persistence creates results. You internalize the truth that transformation is a process, not a moment. This understanding makes you stronger, more determined, and ready to continue the journey with purpose and clarity. The 30-day challenge transforms everything because it combines commitment, daily action, accountability, discomfort, and reflection. Reflection ensures that the transformation is not fleeting. It converts effort into wisdom, struggle into insight, and success into identity. When you complete the 30 days and take the time to reflect, celebrate, and plan, you solidify the change. You carry forward the lessons, the habits, and the momentum, ensuring that the growth you achieve does not end, but becomes the foundation for a life of continuous improvement. The challenge is complete when reflection turns experience into knowledge, knowledge into strategy, and strategy into ongoing growth. The person who embraces reflection understands that transformation is not measured by the days spent, but by the lessons learned, the habits formed, and the identity strengthened. By reflecting and planning, you ensure that the 30-day journey is not a temporary experiment, but the beginning of a lifetime of deliberate, meaningful change. This is the culmination of the 30-day challenge. It is not simply about completing tasks, enduring discomfort, or achieving short-term goals. It is about becoming a person who is intentional, disciplined, self-aware, and capable of ongoing growth. Reflection and planning give your journey permanence. They ensure that the transformation carries forward long after the 30 days have passed, shaping every decision, every habit, and every action you take in the life you are creating. Now is the moment to recognize the power that has been awakened in you. 30 days of deliberate action, focused effort, and unwavering commitment is enough to begin reshaping your life. You are no longer the person who hesitated, who waited for the perfect conditions, or who allowed fear to dictate your choices. You are someone who acted, someone who pushed through discomfort, someone who built habits, tracked progress, and reflected with honesty. That is a transformation that cannot be undone. The 30-day challenge proves one thing above all else. Transformation is not about luck, talent, or timing. It is about consistent effort, intentional choices, and the courage to face discomfort. Change is a process, not an event. It begins with a single decision, continues through daily commitment, and solidifies through reflection and planning. When you embrace this process fully, you realize that nothing is impossible and that you have more power than you ever imagined. Take this lesson with you beyond these 30 days. Carry forward the habits, the discipline, the resilience, and the self-awareness you have cultivated. Let the momentum you have built propel